We trained this morning, so available for selection. It was just, I think he tweaked his knee a little bit, but he should be fine. Trained fully this morning, so we're looking strong, which is a good place to be in. We're not getting carried away. We know we have to get consistency in the results, performances. The two teams that have been top of the league the last 3 seasons, they have been amazing. Absolutely incredible consistency, quality. And in many, many other seasons, you would have won the league with 15, almost 20 points less than what they have had, the two of them. So we know that this is the start of something. We just want to be competitive and keep on improving. So no, we're not going to get carried away, but just keep on working as we do.
Ollie's not getting carried away, but I know a few Manchester United fans who are. Is it time, Matt, that we started giving them a little bit more credit? Because it does feel like the whole season Ollie's been under a lot of pressure, but they are top of the Premier League.
Yeah, they are. And they've found a way to win games when even they haven't been playing particularly well. And there's a team that's had to show a lot of character as well, because they've gone behind in so many games. I mean, you could look at it two ways and say they need to start better in matches, but they've shown a lot of character to come back in games, particularly away from home. They've given up the first goal and been able to find a way to respond. No, I think they're in the mix. I mean, I still
not convinced.
I'm not sure. I think there's better teams. I think Man City looking at in a better place at the moment. Liverpool are going to get players back, but they're in it. They're in a race. They really are, and I think they've done a terrific. Well, I'll tell you what was important. I think that win against Liverpool at the weekend in the FA Cup. I think psychologically they needed a result like that. Needed to be able to beat one of the top teams around them. And I think they've not been able to do that this season so far. So that result, I think, just is another step for United in their development.
I'm really interested to see, Kelly, now how Ollie handles the pressure, the expectancy now. As you mentioned, all the United fans around the world are jumping up and down thinking, we're back. Now he's got to get them over the line. They're in a really strong position. They are in a good vein of form. As I was at the Liverpool game, and there's a lot to admire about the performance. Luke Shaw, all of a sudden, hello, here he is.
Yeah,
nice to see you, Luke. This is the kid that we all knew. This is to know. Yeah, Pogba. I don't think I've never agreed with a lot of the criticism he got, and I think there's no way United are a better team without Paul Pogba. I think he's, some of the goals he scored. This one at West Ham. And then obviously the one at Fulham, very few are able to get goals with this sort of quality.
He's showing it himself to be a team player of late as well. He's played in a number of different positions, but he's shown this lead.
A great goal, man.
Honestly, look, Fulham will say should have got tighter, should have closed him down. But honestly, on the angle like that was at the game, and that was the difference between a point and you're getting three.
And you're seeing left foot, right foot. You're seeing, that's the repertoire of a top player. And so I think now with him, as I mentioned, Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes has kind of transformed things for them a little bit since his arrival.
Cavani's been good as well, hasn't he?
Cavani brings a wealth of experience up front, which allows, I think, Rashford to operate in that more favourable position off one side. They look now like a strong team. And coming back to the first point, I'm now really interested to see Ollie trying to handle it leading from the front, leading from the top of the division.
Very different, isn't it, when you're the one being chased down?
Yeah, when you're trying to find some form and trying to find a shape and a balance to your team, and you're inconsistent, which they have been for a long time. Now all of a sudden they're looking consistent. The team looks like a proper team. And now it's how Ollie manages it from this point in is of real interest, I think.
I think we've agreed he does deserve some credit so far. A word there on, you mentioned Bruno, we've spoken no end about how brilliant he is. I think it's 28 goal involvements now and 51 appearances. It's just staggering. We mentioned Cavani. A word on Rashford though, because he was an injury doubt going into this game. We've heard Ollie there say that hopefully he should be available. He was brilliant against Liverpool on Sunday. Yeah. And he's now stepping up as well. So it's not just Bruno. They're not over-reliant on him now. They've got a number of players stepping up.
Yeah, and actually Marcus has had to play, I say had to play, he's been picked to play on the right a couple of times as well, which is not where he really wants to play or operates at his best. I think he operates, as Andy said, better off the left-hand side. The trouble is, a lot of players at United operate better off the left-hand side. Martial's another one. I still think, although Martial's played through the middle, I still think he's probably better off that left-hand side.
Pogba would operate better off that side.
Pogba would better right, and he played on the right.
He's been playing on the right
a couple of times as well. That just highlights a problem for United, doesn't it? Really, that right-hand side is an issue.
Yeah.
So whilst his squad is terrific and they're scoring plenty of goals and they're winning lots of games, there's still a few deficiencies in the squad, and I think that right-hand side is one that he will look to try and get right. Still more talk about Jadon Sancho today, and that Dortmund might have to sell in the summer, and so Sancho is a potential option there. But that is a position that he still needs to rectify.
Their performance in the cup against Liverpool was a really good one. It really was. They kind of exploited an area that Liverpool had. Obviously, the defensive problems they've had, and they had a young player playing in the cup game. Reece Williams, who found it a bit tough going. But they exploited that very well, United. They played into that area. They knew Trent Alexander-Arnold would fly up the field, and Rashford was always so willing with his running in that area. And I thought they got back into the game in exactly the right fashion, and I think deserved their win in the end.
Yeah, it felt like a bit of a statement moment. I was actually at that game in the snow at Old Trafford, not wearing shorts like Kieran Tierney or short sleeves, I will add.
You've gone soft.
Not for me. Not for me. Anyway, that game at Old Trafford between Manchester United and Sheffield United is one of 5 games on Wednesday. So let's hear now from some of the other managers taking charge of those, starting with the Burnley boss, Sean.